Hey guys, we're here with another battle report with 1+ Armor. This time we have a special guest, Jason, with his Dark Elves.
Hi.
So let's run through your list here.
Right, so we'll start on this side. We've got a unit of 5 Dark Riders with repeater crossbows and spears. The repeater crossbows are modeled as bolas. 5 Doomfire Warlocks, don't leave home without them. Big block of Witch Elves here with the Cauldron of Blood and the BSB on top of it. Unit of Black Guard, sort of the anvil in the army, with a level 3 Sorceress, Dark Magic, and a Master on Pegasus, which looks suspiciously like a Griffin. Another unit of 5 Dark Riders, and 2 Bolt Throwers to round it out.
And we got these guys over here.
And hiding in the backfield, we've got 5 Shades. Again, just repeater crossbows.
Alright, and what have you got for magic?
The Warlocks have their own 2 spells, so Doom Bolt and Soul Bolt, that they always have. The Sorceress got Power of Darkness, Blade Wind, and Word of Pain. So possibly some good combinations in there.
Alright, and not to spoil anything yet, but what are your thoughts going into this game?
That I'm playing a 1,000-point army, basically. It looks pretty small, my opponent's army across the table, but they're tough, so I think it's going to be a tricky battle. Also, I note that in my experience, Dark Elves have trouble against Dwarves because of the armor and high toughness, so I think that might be something that comes into play against the army that you're about to see.
Alright, awesome, and we'll be back with the Dwarf army.
Alright, so today I brought the Chaos Dwarves. I've been talking about it a while, so here's one of their first outings. I guess we'll go this way. So I got the Hell Cannon. It's the same out of what's in the Warriors of Chaos book. Followed up by 10 Infernal Guard with Fire Glaive. So it's basically a handgun that also counts as a halberd in close combat. Pretty sweet. Next up is the Iron Demon. It's a slightly worse version of a steam tank, but it has better shooting, sort of. Then I have 29 Infernal Guard. They just have Sword and Board. I have my BSB here. He's an Infernal Castellan, and the Sorcerer Lord right here. Followed up by a Death Shrieker rocket launcher. Is that the name? It is. Sweet. So it's basically a stone thrower with its own sort of special rules, and I also have a Demon Smith Sorcerer, so he's a wizard and also a dwarf engineer, so he'll give rerolls to like artillery shots and stuff.
Awesome.
For magic, so the engineer guy, he has Laura Metal, and he got Searing Doom and the Enchanted Blades of Avian, and then the level 4 guy got, he took the Laura Hashit, which is their own sort of special lore, and he got Dark Subjugation. So basically, enemy targets have to take a leadership test or suffer a permanent reduction of their leadership by 1. The Curse of Hashit is basically like a Laura Death Snipe spell. Breath of Hatred gives hatred to units, either one within 12 inches, or I can do a buff version and it's all units within 12 inches. And Ash Storm, basically it picks a unit and fucks it. It gives them -1 to hit in close combat, -2 to hit when shooting, makes them flammable, makes them treat all terrain as dangerous terrain. They can only ever march and not, or so they can only ever use their base movement, can't fly, can't charge. I think they can charge. And also, wizards can only cast spells on themselves, not outside of the unit. Basically the greatest spell I've ever seen.
And yes, we've checked, this is actually 2,000 points.
This is 2,000 points.
Alright, and we'll be back at the end of the player turns. Alright, we're here at the end of Chaos Dwarfs turn 1. Walk us through it.
So things moved up a bit. These guys did some wounds to the Sisters block. They had Ash Storm on them, so they were flammable, so I did extra moves to the Cauldron, which was nice. The train moved up, did his shots, killed a couple of the Blackguard. They had it coming though.
Yes, they did.
And you killed one of these guys.
Yeah, so the Death Shrieker rocket fired on them and killed 1, which sucked because it's the big template, and it hit them all, and I rolled like 3 1s and a 2 or something. But whatever. They're dead.
Alright. And we're to Dark Elves, turn 1.
I haven't had my turn yet.
Yeah, Dark Elves, turn 1.
Yeah. So end of Dark Elves turn 1. We're trying to close the jaws on the flanks of the Chaos Dwarf army. Both infantry blocks moved up a little bit. The witches were hindered by the Ash Storm spell that slowed them down. Trying to set up some charges, possibly on war machines or flanks of units. And magic, I got Soul Blight off on the Thomas the Tank Engine here. Managed to do 2 wounds to it with a Doom Bolt. He saved 2 other wounds, and both my bolt throwers failed to hit it. So things are not looking great, but we're trying to chip away at it.
Alright, we'll be back after Chaos Dwarves, turn 2.
So Dwarfs turn 2. Moved up a bit here, was hoping to shoot him off, but he survived my onslaught. As you can see, my beautiful Hell Cannon is gone. He ended up misfiring twice because he had a reroll from the engineer, and he blew himself up. He did take out the unit of Wild Riders that were right here when he went though, so that was pretty sweet. The Iron Demon charged in. He got a lot of 6s and did more wounds to it, so I think he's going to be dead next turn, but he took a good number of those guard with him. Basically this whole flank's going to come over and kill this, probably charge here, so I'm screwed there. It's looking pretty grim, not going to lie. I should have bunkered the hill like I originally planned to.
Right, so at the end of Dark Elf turn 2, I did a combined charge against his Doom Rocket over there with my Master on Pegasus and Dark Riders. The Master took it out, so now they've reformed to face the rear of the Chaos Dwarf army. The Shades moved up and tried to shoot the Engineer, didn't work out. Over here I was hoping to take the last 2 wounds off of this Thomas the Train tank engine here. I only got 1, so it's hanging on. And he's wiped out a lot of my black guard. The witches didn't want to charge this in the flank because I thought I would be out of position and get a flank charge from the Chaos Warriors, so we restrained our charge. And these guys came across hoping to shoot something that we didn't get enough power dice, so no Doom Bolt this turn. The Bolt Throwers managed to pick off 2 of the warriors. And just a note, with my Master I did charge the glaive handgun guys. They fled the charge, and I redirected into the tank. So we're behind the Chaos Dwarves now, but they're still a big unit, and I'm running out of troops.
Alright, into Chaos Dwarves, turn 3.
Alright, so end of Chaos Dwarf turn 3. They tried to charge, failed. In the close combat, these guys finally finish off the last wound on the pain train. Magic phase. He cast the buff version of Searing Doom on the Pegasus Master. Did 2 wounds. He's got a 3-up ward save against magic, so he saved a good amount. But I got 2 through, so that's alright. Here I tried to cast Ash Storm on the witches. It got off, but it was irresistible. And I rolled Dimensional Cascade. So I killed about half my unit. They're over here all dead, having fun. But he lived. And the way Chaos Dwarves work, first time a wizard suffers a miscast, they do a toughness test. If they pass, they don't take a wound. If they fail, they take a wound. And then either way, they get +1 to their toughness. So he's now toughness 6 because he started at toughness 5. Basically, the fluff of it is he's turning the stone as he casts magic because dwarves aren't supposed to be doing that.
Very cool. Alright, and we're into Dark Elves turn 3. Alright, here we go.
Right, so Dark Elf turn 3. Not a whole lot happened. I tried to charge his handgun guys again. He fled over the building. I failed my charge, so the Master is sitting in the middle of nowhere. The Dark Riders charged the Engineer and managed to beat him in combat by 1 because of Musician. He failed his break test and I ran him down, so I got a bit lucky there. In the center, I did an upgraded version of Word of Pain on his block of warriors, so they're at -3 to their strength, initiative, weapon skill, and ballistic skill. Sorry guys. And tried to do some other damage. I also cast Frenzy on my unit of Witch Elves, so they're super frenzied.
Alright.
It's turn 3.
And we'll be back with the 2 remaining units to cast Dwarves on turn 4.
Alright, so Dwarves turn 4. We're on turn 4. These guys rallied and they're now in this house, nice and safe-ish.
Okay, cool. We're gonna split 5.
These guys just moved up a bit. So the wizard, he has a Dark Forge weapon. So at the beginning of the game, you roll a d6, and there's a chart of whatever his weapon is. So he got one. It was a Strength 3 Flame Template. So I just moved up, did it, did a couple wounds, maybe 3 or 4, 5 or 6. And that was it. He cast Ash Storm on them again, so they won't be able to charge, and they are flammable. I was hoping for a little better, because I get a one-shot of the Cauldron at this point, but it didn't go down. That's all I have, so it looks like I'm going to get the old Flanko charges, but we'll see how that turns out in the end.
Alright, and into Dark Elf turn 4.
In Dark Elf turn 4, I tried to whittle down his big block with magic and shooting. Doombolt took a few guys off, and shooting took a few more off, but we didn't manage to Word of Pain them this time, not enough power dice. I also charged his handgun unit that was in the building with my Dark Riders and my Pegasus Lord, Master rather. You'll notice that the Pegasus Master is no longer there. The last wound was taken off him, but Andrew ran away from the building, failing a break check on 9 by rolling 10. So good news for the Dark Elves. And it looks like we're going to try and charge into this unit next turn if he doesn't charge me first.
Alright, and into cast Dwarves turn 5. Turn 5.
They made sure that
They got that.
model.
Yeah, this turn was kind of shitty.
Your walker can't go.
So what happened was I charged here.
Presumably the building would
Got Ash Storm off on them. It was pretty nice. Then I challenged with my BSB. He got punked by the lady on top of the Cauldron. I did a couple wounds. He did a couple more. A BSB died. But we held on the leadership. We rolled a 3, so we're good for now, ish. Here, the gunners rallied again, and they're back in the building for more fun times.
Alright, into Dark Elves turn 5. So we're here at the end of turn 5.
The Dark Elves in this turn managed to get rid of the rest of the Chaos Dwarves.
Which ones do you want to roll first?
First, I moved up with my Warlocks, did a Doombolt into the building, and took out the rest of the handgun unit. And in this combat here, the Witch Elves finally did enough damage to break the Chaos Dwarves and caught them by running them down. And that was it for the Chaos Dwarves.
Oh, he can go nuts.
I think that the game, Andrew had bad luck for a few things, unfortunately. Notably his Hell Cannon blowing up. Had that been able to shoot one more time, I think it would have destroyed the Cauldron of Blood, making the Witch Elves a lot weaker, and this central combat could have gone a different way. The other thing that happened is he had a miscast and lost half his unit to Chaos Dwarves. That's a lot of points to give up. It's sort of a random chance event. Whereas I didn't really have too much in the way of bad luck. I had some average, I think. So.
Andrew, any thoughts on this one?
No, like basically what you said. Had some bad luck moments. Also, I think my deployment was a little off. I could have bunkered this hill, but even then, like, my original plan for the handgunners was to protect the flank. So the idea for my deployment is Hell Cannon on one side, gunners on the other to sort of stop flankers. And instead I put the Hell Cannon and the gunners both on one side, so it would have helped prevent what happened over here, losing my rocket and stuff. So that was my bad from the beginning. Other than that, well, I was going to say I should have sat back and shot more, but by turn 3 all my guns were gone, so I had to start walking anyway. So yeah, just bad deployment, bad luck on my part. I'm also learning this army, like this is my 3rd or 4th game ever with them, so Ash Storm is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that really slowed down the Witch Elves overall the whole battle. They didn't get in until the very end after stuff was mostly decided. The overall Dark Elf plan was to try and move my fast up on the flanks,
Yeah.
get behind to the soft underbelly of the war machines,
And you
then,
definitely pulled that out.
use my blocks to threaten and kind of hold him back, and then go in for combat at the end with any fast stuff that was left in the rear charges or flank charges. Ash Storm really slowed me down.
All right. Well, good game, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll be back with more later.